is Chase Gabbard. This will serve as speech 3 of 3 for column 181. There are two main sides to the argument of gun control in America. People who are for gun control and people who are against it. The topic of gun control is a very controversial issue which has been argued for several decades. In the midst of so many devastating mass shootings happening lately, the issue has provoked people to share their opinions on how to solve it. This mainly comes in the form of advocating for or against the Second Amendment and gun control. Gun control is a regulation in the sale of firearms. Most American citizens have a very strong opinion on whether gun control should be practiced or diminished. Many people on the opposing side of the argument tend to want more and more control on guns as the years go by. In my opinion, gun control would be very bad for our country because of the fact that it can go against the Constitution by not granting citizens their Second Amendment. Many people aren't aware of the significance of gun control in society today. This topic is a highly controversial issue. Many people in our society don't educate themselves on issues like gun control, therefore lacking proper information to believe for one side or the other. Many believe that less guns equal less violence, but that is not the case. Less guns would equal them mainly being taken away from citizens who abide by the laws. The criminals, on the other hand, would be able to dig to find guns if they so wish to do so. These guns could be found on the black market and through private sellers, and could be found and bought illegally. This would overall leave the citizens that are in need of protection from intruders defenseless. People in favor of gun control disregard the law-abiding and deserving people of the United States of America. Their viewpoints don't regard the immense amount of people who use firearms safely and effectively. These also hint at the point that guns aren't safe in anyone's hands, when this is highly untrue. According to Chris Cox, National Rifle Association Armed Citizens, guns are used for self-defense around 2.5 million times a year. This is an incredibly large amount of self-defense accounts that have saved hundreds of lives a year in the United States of America. Another noteworthy fact is that when surveyed, 48% of convicted felons admitted that they did not commit crimes they intended to when they knew that the victim was armed with a firearm. These statistics show the overwhelming amount of lives saved because of a simple protection of a firearm in a household. Therefore, the protection of the Second Amendment is necessary for the safety of the United States citizens. Another point that people in favor of gun control push for is lacking as well. The point that guns are rarely used as a self-defense mechanism is proven untrue because of the statistics showing the large amount of lives saved due to protected firearms. Their argument doesn't include interest in the well-being of people. This statistic, as stated before, and that guns are used in self-defense 2.5 times a year. In addition, taking away guns from licensed owners would take away the rights admitted by the Second Amendment to the Constitution. The Second Amendment states that every citizen has the right to bear arms in defense of himself and the state. This right ensures that safety and the well-being of citizens for the country and anyone willing to disagree with the principles that our nation was built on wants to no justice or safety for the people of the United States of America. Another factless argument stated by the citizens advocating for gun control is that in the United States, there's a lot of debt that happens as a result of firearms being used. This argument also shows no regards to the safety and priceless value of life. Although the cost of damage from guns can be high, the countless human lives that have been saved as a result of a firearm is no match for the money that firearm damage can cost. Gun control supporters also include policing and legal services in their argument when these job duties would have to be fulfilled no matter the circumstances. No matter if a homicide, automotive accident, gun violence crime, drug-related crime, etc. was to happen, the amount of police staff would remain the same. This shows how faulty their argument really is when they are using false evidence to ratify their false claims. If they have to use false evidence to argue their side, it is obvious that there isn't enough supporting evidence to validate their points and gain people's respectful opinions. Some people experience bad encounters with guns and weapons or their friends and family have experienced bad encounters, and that then creates them to have bad views on guns for the rest of their lives. This is a tragic way to think based on the numerous amounts of American citizen lives that have been saved as a result of a firearm or gun. In conclusion, people that support gun control statement lack the interest of the nation and use false evidence to support claims. Gun control would have devastating effects in America because it's been proven that states and restrictions on the carrying of concealed weapons had higher gun-related murders. This proves that gun control in America would be devastating and would actually increase the amount of gun-related homicides in the United States of America. Thank you.